Have you ever thought about it? What if one morning you woke up and everything you knew was gone overnight? Money, power, the system, all suddenly meaningless. This is the story of how that world began. You start your day like any other coffee, news, routine. Then, suddenly, your eyes catch a headline. The government is working for the welfare of its citizens. Familiar, isn't it? But have you ever wondered, whose welfare, really? Throughout history, every government has repeated the same lines. We want stability, growth, opportunity. But behind the curtain, a very different game is being played. It's the same trick they've used for centuries. Only the names have changed, not the goal. Move the wealth upward and keep the people down. Part 1. The oldest trick, inflation. Let's start with the oldest trick in the book, inflation. The silent theft of value. Even thousands of years ago, the Roman Empire was playing this game. When emperors ran out of money to fund their wars, they did something clever. They reduced the silver content in coins. Once nearly pure silver, the denarius became mostly copper, coated with just a thin layer of silver. The people didn't notice, but when they did, it was too late. Prices exploded, wages couldn't keep up, savings vanished. And since then, governments have used the same method. Only now, it's not emperors, it's central banks. Part 2. The hidden debts of the Middle Ages. Then came the Middle Ages. The king's favorite game, forced loans. England, France, Spain, they all did it. They called it a patriotic duty, forcing wealthy merchants to lend money to the crown. But these loans weren't voluntary. Refuse, and you'd lose your property or your head. While kings built their palaces, merchants lost their fortunes. Debt was sold as duty, but it was really just theft. Part 3. The birth of modern banking, the invisible trap. Now we move to the 17th century. The Bank of England was born. But why? To help the people? Of course not. The government needed money to fight France. Rich investors lent to the state in exchange for interest. Where did that interest come from? The people threw taxes on salt, cloth, and food. The rich lent to the state. The poor paid the price. And even today, nothing's changed. Government bonds, national debt. Different words, same system. The rich win, the people pay. Part 4. The modern version, debt, crisis, rescue. Today, the tricks just look more sophisticated. They say budget deficit, economic growth, stimulus. But where does the money really go? Massive projects, defense contracts, and bank bailouts. Then the crisis hits. And we hear the same phrase, we must save the system. But who are they saving? The banks, the corporations. Remember 2008? Banks gambled, lost, and we paid the bill. They privatized the profits and socialized the losses. That's the real system. Part 5. The retirement illusion, a game between generations. Then there's the retirement myth. For decades, people have worked hard, their paychecks sliced for the future. They say, one day, I'll retire comfortably. But governments don't save that money. They spend it instantly and leave behind a piece of paper. We'll pay you later. Today's pension system is just a modern Ponzi scheme. New workers pay for old retirees. But as populations age, the system collapses. And the solution always sounds familiar. Retirement age will increase. Payments will decrease. Sound familiar? Part 6. The real face of inflation. And now inflation again. They call it growth. But it's the quietest form of taxation. Your salary might rise, but prices rise faster. Your money buys less and less. So the government takes from your pocket without ever raising a tax. A clever trick designed so the people never notice. Part 7. The power of complexity. Then there's another layer. Complexity. Thousands of pages of tax laws, endless financial jargon, all designed to keep you confused. Because you can't question what you don't understand. In ancient Rome, you could see the scam coins look different. Today, the scam hides in spreadsheets, balance sheets, and buzzwords. Complexity has become the shield of modern power. Part 8. War and the Mask of Patriotism. And then war. During World War I, governments told citizens, buy war bonds, support your country. It sounded noble, patriotic even. But in reality, it was a risk-free investment for the rich. The interest was guaranteed, paid by the people. Even now, wars are financed by debt. Winners? Corporations. Losers? Ordinary people. Part 9. Today, same game, new names. Now the game is more polished. They call it quantitative easing, bailouts, stimulus packages. Fancy names for the same trick. Money flows up, the cost flows down. And people think it's just how the economy works. But it's not. It's an economic theater, centuries in the making. Final, a warning and a wake-up call. History keeps telling the same story. Those who trust the system lose. Those who understand it survive. Roman citizens realized too late that their coins had lost value. Medieval merchants never saw their money again. And today, we're living the same mistake. Only this time, it's wrapped in modern packaging. But if you see the pattern, you can break the chain. True wealth is knowledge. Financial literacy is modern freedom. So every time you hear a promise from those in power, ask yourself, who really benefits from this? Once you find the answer, you'll see through the illusion. And remember, history doesn't repeat itself exactly, but it always crushes those who fail to understand it. Maybe civilization doesn't collapse in a single day. Maybe it crumbles a little more, every day. And only a few ever notice. If you're one of those few, and you want to uncover the truth behind the system, subscribe to the channel, because this is only the beginning.